Hi and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vince. Thanks for stopping by. You're very welcome. If you've read the comment section on my videos, you'll note that very regularly I get asked to recommend an NMN supplier. And up until now, I haven't done that. I can now say though, with my hand on my heart, that I've found a supplier that meets the three criteria that I usually use to assess the credibility of an NMN supplier. And I'm going to go through why I've now chosen this company as my supplier of choice for NMN, Resveratrol, Resveratrol, and also berberine. So I'm not going to drag this out for all you instant gratification freaks, and in an effort to stop you skipping through the video to the end to try and find out the name of the company. The company is donotage.org, and what I'm going to do in the video is I'm going to explain to you why over the last few months I've come to trust them and why I now choose them as my supplier. I'm obviously not going to say to you, I choose them, therefore you must. What I want to do is explain to you my thought process and my reasoning for coming up with the decision that I have. So why donotage.org? Well, some of you may remember last year I reviewed their channel, and following that review they reached out to me in a very professional way to discuss some of the comments I'd made on the video and also to answer some of the questions that I posed. And in some cases, as our dialogue continued, they sought my advice, which I thought was nice, on how they can improve their product line and also what they could do to their website to make it more professional looking. Now, this was a breath of fresh air. Other companies I've either mentioned or reviewed on the website have either not got back to me at all, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that, or they've got back to me with what I perceive to be a passive-aggressive comment. Again, that's fine. And in one instance, they actually got back with some kind of a veiled threat. So let's look at some of the factors that have influenced my final decision. So the first factor was the MD's or the CEO's, the head of the company, his passion or his drive for making NMN affordable to as many people as possible. He also shares my passion for NMN and its potential health benefits with regard to longevity, health span and lifespan. And during our conversations, never once did he mention giving me free product or asking me to portray his company in a positive light. Now, of course, he could well have been playing the long game, but that's not the impression I got, hence my decision to use donotage.org as my preferred supplier now. So let's look at the products. 4 products at the moment, more in the pipeline, and I'll let you know what they are when they're released in future videos. The first one we've got is pure NMN capsules. I'll put a bigger picture up here. Now these are NMN capsules. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see NMN powder, because I know a lot of people like to take their NMN sublingually. So let me know if you think you like those capsules but in powder form. They've also got Resveratrol capsules, and again we all know that needs to be mixed in with a fatty substance like yogurt. So again, let me know. Capsules are good, but would you like to see that made available in powder form too? And if you do, then I'll pass that on to donotage.org. They've then got this rather large container, which they call their evening supplement, and that's berberine, which is the alternative to metformin. So if you can't get hold of metformin, then you've got that massive container of berberine. And then they've got another large container, which is their morning supplement. And in the morning supplement is a mixture of, one capsule, a mixture of resveratrol and NMN. So other reasons that I've chosen to go with donotage.org is that this is produced in an FDA approved facility, and they have the good manufacturing practice certificate also. Now I have these because donotage.org have been good enough to sponsor the rest of my NMN experiment, or for the foreseeable future at least. Now if you buy your products from donotage.org, if you use the discount code, and I'll put it up here, my NMN, then you're going to get another 10% discount on the prices that they advertise on the website. So let's have a look now at what exactly is contained in the products and also what the costs are. So let's first look at the cost, and specifically the cost you're going to pay per gram of the product. So the first one is the NMN capsules, the pure NMN, and per gram you're going to pay for this £3.10, which is around $3.80 a gram. That's pretty cheap. Most other companies are around $3.80, but then up to about $4.50 as well. So that's $3.80 per gram. And we've got the Resveratrol. This comes out about £1.17 a gram, which is about $1.43 per gram of pure resveratrol. Now, if you buy the morning supplement, which is a six-month supply, if you're going to be taking a gram of resveratrol and a gram of NMN per day, the NMN works out then at £1.86, which is $2.27 a gram, and the resveratrol works out at 30 pence, which is 37 cents per gram. So that's probably the cheapest I've seen it. That's around the price you'll pay, NMN related. That's about the price you'll pay if you to buy a kilo of it from Alibaba. Bear in mind that they'll just send you it from Alibaba. You then have to pay to get it third-party tested, which is around $300, and you'd lose 30 grams as well, because that's what you need to send to a laboratory for them to test it. So let's take a look at these products, and let's take a look at the cost specifically for each of the containers in a little bit more detail. So if we look at the top of the page, we'll see that the NMN capsules, 60 times 500 milligram capsules, £95, which is about $115. If you add the discounted price, or you add the discount code, you get those for £85.50, which is $103.50. Resveratrol, 60 times 500 milligram capsules, that'll cost you £35, which is around $43. If you use the discount code MyNMN, then you're going to get that for £31.50, which is around $38.70, $39. The big tub of berberine capsules, 366 capsules, 500 milligrams each. It's going to cost you £55, which is around $67. If you use the discount code, then you're going to get that for £49.50, which is around $60. So the discounted price, assuming you want to take 1 gram of each of those per day, it's going to cost you about £4.17, which is around $5.08. If you have metformin on prescription and you don't need to include the berberine, then that's going to cost you £3.90 a day, which is around $4.75. If you remember back to the big tub, the morning supplement, 366 1 gram capsules, 500 milligrams of that capsule is NMN, and the other 500 is resveratrol. This is a 6-month supply of NMN and resveratrol for £395, which is around $482. And then you've got the discounted price, if you use the code, £355.50, which is around $434. So if you use the discounted price, assuming you want to take 1 gram of each, that's going to cost you about £1.94, which is around $2.37. If you need to add berberine to that, then that's going to cost you £2.20 a day, which is around $2.68 a day if you use the discount code. So having gone over those prices with the managing director, I did say to him, how can you be so much cheaper than the competition? And there were two answers. He does buy in larger quantities, which obviously gives him a better price. The other thing I liked about the company is his openness to share his business plan with me. He's got a long-term business plan. This is not a company that's fly by night, make as much money as they can now, and then move on to the next project. He sees the potential benefits of NMN and Resveratrol, and by keeping his profit margins low, which they are, he says he can give the product to more people. He believes that NMN, as I do, should be for as many people as possible and not just for those that can afford it. So another reason I like DoNotAge.org is that they ship worldwide. A couple of times when I've selected a product off Amazon like berberine or resveratrol, and I've got all the way to the checkout page, and I get the message, this supplier does not ship to your part of the world. It's very frustrating. They will ship at cost price any of their products anywhere in the world. So if you want to emulate 100% the experiment that I'm conducting, then you can do it with exactly the same products as well. I often get questions about consistency and taste, and people wanting to know whether or not they bought fake product because it doesn't look the way NMN should look or they think it should look. So you'll know that what I've got is what you've got. So if, for example, I say that mine tastes bitter, but you say it has a chemical taste, which is one of the comments I often get, then we'll both be right, because taste is a very individual thing. So being able to get exactly the same product shipped worldwide will obviously be of great benefit. So you'll know that one of the other quality standards or markers that I use is third-party testing for assay or purity, and also for heavy metals. And you'll notice that DoNotAge.org use Micro Quality Labs. I'll pop that up over the screen so you can see in a bit more detail. So Micro Quality Labs, based in America, used by a number of other reputable NMN suppliers, and you'll see that their current batch is graded at 99.5% pure. You can also view this certificate on their NMN page on their website. So DoNotAge.org, my new NMN supplier of choice. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with the reasons that I've posted as to why I chose DoNotAge.org. Let me know as well if you're thinking about starting to take NMN, Resveratrol and berberine, whether or not you'll use DoNotAge. And let me know as well what you think about the 10% discount code, MyNMN. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Take care, as always. Bye for now.